Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. Congratulations once again to the City of Greensboro for scoring a 79 out of a possible 100 points in the latest measure of the Municipal Equality Index, or MEI. The score, calculated by the Human Rights Campaign, ranks Greensboro in second place among all cities in North Carolina. This marks the sixth consecutive year Greensboro has claimed first or second place in the state. The MEI examines the laws, policies, and services of municipalities and ranks them on the basis of their inclusivity of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender or LGBT people who live and work in the city. Among the index categories where Greensboro scored the highest were in municipal services, law enforcement, and the city's relationship with the LGBT community. The Human Rights Campaign represents more than 1.5 million members and supporters of LGBT equality in the U.S. The full MEI listing is available online. An indicator of why Greensboro ranks number 2 in the state for the Municipal Equality Index is the city's willingness to establish a transgender task force. The group will be tasked with addressing the varying needs of the transgender community in Greensboro. With the support and direction from the city's Human Rights Department, members of the task force will examine rules, policies, and procedures known to create discriminatory barriers for those who identify as transgender. The city recognizes the success of the task force is based on community participation by those who are directly impacted. For more information about the Transgender Task Force, please contact Zaina Afada, General Coordinator with the Human Rights Department. The City of Greensboro is offering free 2-hour parking vouchers to encourage residents and visitors to support local small businesses by shopping downtown this holiday season. The vouchers are good for 2 hours of free parking during the week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at any of the 4 downtown city-owned parking decks. The deal is good through the end of December 2020. Vouchers are given to patrons who visit participating downtown retailers and restaurants. The first hour of parking in the downtown parking decks is always free during the day, so the holiday parking voucher gives patrons 3 total hours of free downtown parking. The parking decks are also free on weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and from 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. on the weekends. Please note the holiday parking vouchers may not be used for on-street metered parking. Only one holiday parking voucher is allowed per customer and parking event. Retail businesses and restaurants in the Central Business District interested in distributing the vouchers can register online. For more information about the Holiday Parking Voucher Program, call or email Greensboro Parking Operations and Enforcement Administrator Gary Canapino at 336-373-2648. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
When it comes to healthy eating, small changes can make a big impact on your health. Do you know what they are? Instead of using white refined flour for your baked goods, breads, and breakfast foods like pancakes and waffles, would be using whole wheat flour. It's going to have more fiber, which keeps you fuller and more satisfied, and it's going to have more minerals and vitamins as well. To add on to that, you can incorporate dried oats or flaxseed meal, hemp seed, chia seed. All of those are going to provide the same benefits, and you can use them in place of breadcrumbs. For your baked goods, in place of chocolate chips or candies, try dried fruits like these dried apricots. Dried cranberries or raisins could be used as well, or you could use nuts like walnuts, almonds, or pecans. Instead of butter, shortening, or animal fat, try heart-healthy oils. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, sesame oil. There's many out there on the market. It's specifically for baking though, you could replace the butter, shortening, or oil with an even lower calorie option that adds a hint of sweetness by using mashed bananas or unsweetened applesauce. Instead of using salt, experiment with herbs and spices for flavor. Many of us mindlessly add salt to foods before we even taste them, and herbs and spices will open up a whole new world of options. Many of them have great health qualities that promote long life and well-being. Mindfulness can be used in many different aspects of your life. For mindful eating, this means paying attention to what is going into your body, what is on your plate, how it tastes, how it smells, where it came from, and practicing mindful eating can get you better at listening to those hunger and fullness cues your body is giving you. Here are some tips to help you get started. Turn off the TV and other distractions. Research shows you eat about 14% more when you're watching TV while eating. Same thing goes for eating in front of your desk at work, checking emails, multitasking, eating in the car when driving, or with your phone or tablet in front of you at the dinner table. So put away the distractions and focus on what is on your plate. Savor that first bite. Eating really is meant to be an experience. Savoring your first bite is going to help you get more enjoyment and satisfaction out of your meal and snack time. This means you have to take your food and put it on a plate or in a bowl where you can see it. No eating out of the box or out of the bag. You're gonna eat more that way. Slow down when eating. If we're eating quickly, it does not give our stomach time to send the signals to our brain that we're full, and we often end up overeating. By slowing down, we can again get those hunger and fullness cues more clearly, and you can do this by putting your fork down between bites, sipping water between bites, and aiming for meals to last between 20 and 30 minutes. So I hope you got some great ideas for our healthy alternatives that you can use this year. For more information, visit conehealth.com/healthy eating. I'm Kate Watt.
As the number of COVID-19 cases surge locally and across the state of North Carolina, the donations continue to pour in, providing COVID relief. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The Greensboro Virus Relief Task Force recently awarded nearly $97,000 to 4 local nonprofits providing housing services to people impacted by the coronavirus. The latest round of funding was made possible thanks to a $75,000 donation from the Women to Women initiative of the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. This marks the second time the Women to Women initiative has donated to the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund, increasing its annual virus relief contribution total to $150,000. In all, the task force has granted more than $2.5 million to more than 100 local nonprofits directly assisting thousands of families in Greensboro. The funds were allocated from the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund, established by United Way of Greater Greensboro, the City of Greensboro, and the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. Nonprofit groups interested in grant funding can submit applications on United Way's website. Foam and styrofoam are not accepted in Greensboro's recycling program, but now residents and businesses can deliver these items to a new drop-off location provided by Tiny House Community Development. Number 6 foam packaging and food service products can be dropped off in the outdoor recycling containers behind the Tiny House Community Development Facility located at 1310 West Gate City Boulevard. Foam must be clean, dry, and free of labels and tape. Please note foam packing peanuts are not accepted. Foam dropped off at this location will be made into picture frames and molding. Proceeds from the sale of foam will go back to support Tiny House Community Development to reduce homelessness in the Triad. This recycling program is a joint effort by the Foam Packaging Institute Recycling Grant, Greensboro Beautiful, Environmental Stewardship Greensboro, Emerging Ecology, Foam Cycle, and private donations. For more information about this program, contact Bill McNeil at 919-622-3303. For more information about Greensboro's recycling program, please visit the city's website. As December ushers in the chill of winter, the Rosa Foundation is collecting new and gently used coats to spread warmth and holiday cheer. The donated coats will be given away on Sunday, December 20th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Adventist Community Restoration Center on East Market Street. Coats are being collected at Brown Recreation Center, Kraft Recreation Center, and Warnersville Recreation Center on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. until Friday, December 18th. Coordinators will adhere to social distancing and CDC guidelines. For more information, please contact the Rosa Foundation at 336-772-0074. In this turbulent employment climate, job opportunities are available for the taking in Guilford County for adults willing to learn a new skill. Coming up after the break, learn about the Adult Apprenticeship Program. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The record number jobless claims or being in a dead-end job doesn't have to be the end of the road for Guilford County adults willing to learn a new trade. Joining me now to tell us about a new apprenticeship program is Melissa Smith. She is the Business Services Consultant for the Guilford County Workforce Development Board. Hello, Melissa. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining me. For people who aren't familiar, what is an apprenticeship?
So thank you for that question. Apprenticeships are industry-driven, high-in-demand career exploratory options for individuals. So they have to have some key components. They have to be employer-led or have some sort of employer involvement. There has to be a structured on-the-job training, that related instruction, or you may hear that educational or technical needs. Rewards for skill gains, and that could be otherwise referred to as having a progressive wage scale, and then just having a nationally recognized credential in the end.
Okay, so you can't just leap out. Your employer, the person you work for, has to be willing to raise their hand and say, we want to join this effort.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, tell us about Guilford Works Adult Apprenticeship Program.
The purpose of the Guilford Works Adult Apprenticeship Program is to prepare young adults and adults for in-demand careers and for employment in the Guilford County area. Through that, we will provide that job training and other supportive services to make sure they meet employability needs, sustainability, and get those occupational skills needed.
Okay, so of course you want folks who are ready to work, and it sounds like the apprenticeship program is molding people and maybe even retooling some skills. You're saying it's adults, but what is the age group you target for this particular program?
Yeah, so with our target population, we are looking at the unemployed and underemployed adults, and when we look at our young adults, we're looking at that 18 to 24-year-old range. So if I were to be a little bit more specific, we're looking at any type of adults or dislocated workers. We're looking at veterans, our justice-served population, and minorities.
Okay, that's a wide range of folks who could potentially be taking advantage of this particular employment training opportunity. Are there specific industries that are partnering with Guilford Works to make the apprenticeship a pathway?
Yes, we currently have 2 approved industry tracks. Our first track is in advanced manufacturing, so we're specializing in the welding field. Our second industry track is in information technology. And if we look specifically in that industry, we're looking at cybersecurity and computer support specialists. So we're very excited to offer those 2 industries, but we are looking to expand into new industries as well.
Okay, well, a lot of young folks are interested in cybersecurity and all things computers, so maybe you'll get some takers. And what can the community, other than employers, what can the community do to make this program successful?
That's a wonderful question. So one of the things that we can say about our program with Guilford Works is that we are the first workforce board in the Piedmont Triad to have a sponsored apprenticeship program. So we love that success that it has brought to our board. But in order for it to continue for it to be successful, we do need those continued employer partnerships. So through having that employer partnership, they're able to have that created, established pipeline to train and retain new talent. And with that, we can build on the sustainability that we speak on so much, and also look at creating that succession plan for that employer.
Okay, and if an employer who's not in the list of industries that you gave us is listening and they think this is something that could be a good fit for them, how do they get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with us through connecting through our website. So if you go to www.guilfordworks.org, we actually have on our landing page a wealth of information about our apprenticeship program. From there, on that page, we actually have snippets from our current employer partners, so they can learn more about how they have seen automatic success with the program. They can also connect with us through that way. If we have potential apprentices in our adult population that want to learn about getting more connected to this initiative, we do encourage them to connect with us through our NC Works Career Centers. We are located here in Greensboro and in High Point.
Okay, well, Melissa, thank you for taking time to tell us about this program. It's an excellent opportunity for job seekers, but also for those who are employed and maybe need a new skill set. Do come back and give us updates on how the apprenticeship program is going and other opportunities that you always seem to be rolling out through Guilford Works.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. Due to COVID-19, the City Council is meeting virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings usually take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. The United House of Prayer for All People is bringing Bailey Village at New Downtown East to the list of Invest East developments. Bailey Village, an exciting new mixed-use development, will include 172 luxury apartments, walkable internal streets, ample parking, and a unique linear green space that will serve as a recreational and activity area for residents and their dogs. Future development will include up to 30,000 square feet of an anchor grocery store, along with up to 6,000 square feet of retail and restaurants. Bailey Village at New Downtown East is located at 900 East Market Street. The 14-acre site formerly served as a U.S. Post Office and was purchased in 2005 by the United House of Prayer for All People. Factors influencing the site development include its close proximity to North Carolina A&T and Bennett College, the ongoing growth and development occurring in downtown Greensboro, and the market demands for additional rental housing and retail. Throughout the planning and design process, the United House of Prayer for All People worked closely with community leaders and other key stakeholders to present a development in response to the community needs of East Greensboro. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have an important message about COVID-19.
Remember the 3 W's. Wear a cloth face mask covering, wait 6 feet from others, and wash your hands often. By working together, we can adjust to this new normal and continue to save lives.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The J. Edward Kitchen Operations Center has reopened the customer service area following renovations to implement COVID-19 safety measures. Hours of operations are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays, and customers are required to wear a face covering inside the building. During construction, payments were accepted in the main lobby of the Melvin Municipal Office Building on West Washington Street. On Monday, January 4th, this location will return to a bill payment site. In January, the Kitchen Operations Center will handle all water and sewer service needs. Those having difficulty paying their water or sewer bill are urged to pay what they can afford. Payment plans can be arranged by calling the city's contact center on weekdays from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The usual $1 convenience fee for making payments online or by phone has been temporarily waived. Assistance paying utilities, rent, or mortgage is available through funds from the CARES Act, which helps those impacted by COVID-19. To obtain an application, visit the Neighborhood Development section of the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Water Resources Department for performing sewer line smoke testing. This annual test took place around Sedgefield Lakes, which includes Stanley Road, Hilltop Road, and East Woodland Way. During testing, a non-toxic smoke is introduced into manholes, eventually flowing into sewer lines. Any open breaks in the city's sewer collection system, as well as improper connections, such as roof downspouts, is identified by the presence of smoke. Please remember, as more places continue to open, wear your face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.